All right, good morning. Today is September 14th, 2022, and I wanted to kind of go over something real quick. I'm going to take a little bit of your time, hopefully not too much of your time. But somebody once asked me why Fibonacci's, or how can I figure out where the market is going, right? So one way to do that is to play Fibonacci retracements, okay? So, how do you play Fibonacci retracements? Well, I could go back months, weeks, whatever. I just picked the June low because it's a good place to start. Okay, so if I'm playing Fibonacci retracements, here's my June low. And as we're moving up, I'm bringing my Fibonacci retracements with me. Okay, and as I continue to make higher highs, right, I'm bringing my Fibonacci's with me and just bringing them up. Okay, so fast forward, because I don't want to take forever on this video. We get up to the August highs. Okay, nice big move up, and as we're going up, I'm going up. So I don't know if we're up all the way yet. We might bring it back up. So let me just kind of move forward, moving forward, and my Fibonacci retracements. These are not accurate, perfectly on the money, but they're close enough. And as we have that high, we're coming down. I say, okay, we're coming down. Oh, we came back and we closed below the 23.6. So as we close below the 23.6, now I have some targets. Okay, so as I'm playing this, I'd go like this and say, okay, here's my targets, and here's some potential areas that we can go to. Do I know when or how? Nope, I don't. And the only thing I can do is mark my targets and play. Okay, I can play the 23 to the 38, the 38 to the 50, the 50 to 61, and the 61 to 78. That's all I can do. So at this point, all I know is high probabilities. 80%, we're going to come down to the 38 too because we broke the 23.6. Okay, so there we go. We're coming down. We're a little bear flag. We go back above the 23.6. Perfectly fine. The only way that it would stop me would be to go above the zero line, which tells me we got more upside to go. Okay, so we come back. Oh, so we come down, and once we break that 23.6, it's a short on because we're going to come down here. It's 100 points. Okay, so then we're coming down. Bam, we come down and we break this one. Okay, again, 38.2. My next target is 39.99. Again, 50%, come up a little short, probably going to come back up. Yep, bear flag, come back up, we drop it, we come down to the 50, and so on, right? So as this is playing out, I have my targets. I have a place to play from, to, and from, right? So, okay, bam, 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 we got break to 50%. I got to be thinking 61.8. There we go. We hit it. We bounce up. And then we break it again right here. So this was pretty critical. On around the beginning of September, on this 61.8, we bounced up above the 50, came back down, retested it, lower high. I was good with that. Thought, okay, we're going to go up higher because typically 61.8 is a pretty good high probability bounce area, right? So you got to be thinking something like this. But what does it do? No, it comes back down and it closes below the 61.8. So what am I thinking? Oh yeah, my next target, 78.6. So we go down and we go back above. So now I got to wait. It's like, okay, what are we doing now? Well, we ended up obviously going higher, right? Bam, bam, bam. Okay. So as we broke this, that tells me we're not done with this Fibonacci's yet, right? I haven't made a perfect kiss and then moved up. I actually broke it, so that tells me we're coming down here. Okay, that's what that tells me. There's a high probability we're going to come back and test this because we broke this. Okay, so targets. It's giving me targets. So now, as you're getting up here, I'm thinking, oh man, we might go back up here above the 0 line. But I got to remember, we have this area. So hey, once you start getting up here, I could have maybe taken a short here and said, I'm going to play 2 weeks out, take some SPY puts. I don't, just thinking, because there's a high probability we come back down here. Now you'd have been highly underwater, right? So now I have my target. So I'm going to put a little line here. Say, okay, here's my new target area. And since we broke this and went down, I'm going to get rid of this because now I want to know how high, right? Let's just say I'm right here. How high can we go? So let's get rid of this, even though I have my target down here, right? So I saved it. There it is. Okay. So how high can we go? So what do? Fibonacci retracement. Go from the high to the low. Say, okay, you broke the 23.6 here. Where are we going? Well, 38.2. Now, these are good areas for us to get rejected. Come back down, come back down, come back down, 50% dead cat bounce, come back down. Okay, so as we go, we're going up. Okay, we broke the 38.2. You got to go long, right? I got to go long to here. Okay, we get to the 50. I got to go long. Okay, now we get a 61.8 reversal, right? So there's that 61.8, almost to the tick. 40, what is that? 41.75. Okay, I mean, it's amazing, right? So this is why you know where we're going. Okay, now let's say that I made a mistake and I did, okay, so that reached the 61.8, almost to the tick, right? I mean, beautiful. So let's say I'm not that good with Fibonacci's and I say, well, I want to go from Powell's Tough Thought because that was the next area. Okay, you could have done that too. Here's your spot right there, bam, bam. Oh, 78.6. We didn't close above it. We actually breached it, which is totally fine. And we closed below it and then took the drop. So again, another perfect Fibonacci retracement off the Powell Tough Thought. Okay, so here we find ourselves where we're at today, right? Probably in a little bear flag, gonna flag up. I'll go over that in a minute. And here's my target, 3,800. That's a 78.6. When we get down there, I would expect to bounce up, right? So you get another move once we drop this bear flag. I think we will. Once we drop this bear flag, we'll come down and, whether we stop here. Now, the 78.6, we can stop here and bounce, or we can just plow on through it. So if we're going to reverse, we're going to stop and reverse here. If not, we plow through it, close below it, then I got to be thinking June low. Okay, just from Fibonacci retracement system, my system, over 10 years, whatever. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. Okay, hopefully that helped you. Hopefully you can see that it is orderly, it is structural. This is why I love Fibonacci retracement, because it makes sense to a market that I can't make sense of, right? But this puts things in perspective. Okay, let me move on. I'm going to get rid of this, hopefully, and that's it. And show you where kind of what I think today. So I'm gonna cut this off right after this. So we had the big move down, bam, bam. This potentially is a bear flag. I just kind of put in some lines saying, hey, this is what I thought. I put this in last night into the chat room and said, I expect, this is what I'm expecting, a move up. And then I added a couple more lines this morning. This is the Fibonacci extension, which I probably don't need to show. At any rate, we know that 3,800 is our next little area to be watching. And down here, somewhere down here. So what I expect is, if this is a new wave according to my software. Now, again, I'm not an Elliott wave guy. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I'm not a master. I'm not nothing. I just use an indicator. And right now, my indicator is going from 0 to 1, which means I need a retracement up. So I'm looking for a retracement up. Now, wave 2 can be what I either call simple, which is up, down, or it can be complex, which is what I call, which is an ABC type. So you get an A, then you come down, you get a B, and then you get a C up. So my guess is today's Wednesday. They want to do this for a couple days. That's my guess. I'm just thinking, But here's the central pivot range. If you want to know something about central pivot range, I highly recommend it. It's a great read. Learn about central pivot range. It's very wide, so that means we could have a range day, or a day where we just kind of bounce along. So it might be a bigger range day, but I think we kind of zigzag. Again, if we lose this, then all bets are off. We can continue down. I'm just saying, I'm giving my little perspective on potential scenarios, right? Some probabilities. What do I give this? 50%. That's all I got, right? But a bear flag after 100 and something point move, 177 point move, yeah, it makes sense to me, right? Let's because what we did is we got everybody excited, got all the bulls going, burned the bulls, then we come down, and what do we need to do now? Burn the bears, because everybody got short. I mean, even though everybody was already short, right? We're going to burn some bears. So let's move it up a little bit. Let's not get the bulls back in. And then a wave 2, wave 4, the goal is for the market is to confuse you so you don't make money. So what better way to confuse the market than kind of just a little up, down, up, down, up. Oh, let's pierce it, the upside, and then let's drop it down, right? That's kind of my thinking. Hopefully this helps you. Hopefully you don't get caught in this. Hopefully you can make some money in here. And hopefully you work on your Fibonacci's. Thanks and good luck today.